some level skill to decide when to use the Turbo Energize at the right turn. So it'll be exciting to see what he can do.
I was one of those people who, when the rotation happened earlier this year, I thought that without the Killer with refinement, Gardevoird would slowly be, phased out, waiting for Mega Gardevoird EX to come out. But it looks like we're all proven wrong. We've seen 4 Monkey Dories, now Turbo Energize. I think the key with playing Gardevoird is that you don't have to be too aggro, not like Raging Bolt. You can pick and choose. There's turns that you just don't want to attack, right? You can plant damage via Monkey Dory, set up like multiple turn knockouts in a way, so that you don't, so that a disruption card like Iono or what will not hit you so hard.
It's not just the Iono, it's not just the Ionos, right? I think with the style that when he's playing with the 2 counter catches, it actually says a lot about what kind of game he plays and what he's trying to aim for as well, right? So he is going for the slower option. He wants to set up damage as much as possible, and he wants to pray that his opponent doesn't play. Recently, popular tech card, Picnic Basket.
Yes, and okay, we know for sure that Hannah doesn't play it, but Wenhui doesn't know that.
Yep, that is 100% correct, right? So he has the option to plant damages with the Adrenaline Brain from the Monkey Dory, which reads that if you have a Darkness Energy attached to this Pokemon, you can shift up to 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So it doesn't matter if it's in the active, doesn't matter if it's in the bench, as long as you have the Darkness Energy on the Monkey Dory, you are able to use that ability.
I think we also need to take note about Wenhui's deck list. He plays 4 Research, 4 Iono. I've noticed recently for many of the top meta decks now, they're going very supporter heavy, leaning towards maximizing draw supporter counts, right? To give yourself a better early start setup.
Yeah, this is to mitigate whatever damage, quote unquote, that Badoo can do. Right? Badoo is very notoriously annoying with its Itchy Pollen attack, 0 energy cost, 10 damage, and your opponent can't play item cards. So by maximizing the amount of supported cards that you can have in your deck, you are allowing yourself options and ways for you to draw out of that quote unquote handlock.
Yes. Looks like the game is starting. Let's go to the first round. Looks like Hannah starting with a Mew EX, while Wenhui's got the Screamtail in the active spot.
Screamtail is a devastating card for just most of the matchups in this format. Even with Hannah, actually no, for Hannah it doesn't make too big of a difference because she's playing the straight Raging Bolt. She's not playing the variant with the Hoots and the Noctiles, right? Traditionally, if she does, then Screamtail can start to chip away damage at the at the Hoots or the Noctiles. But in this case, what Hannah can do, right, is set up damage. She sees the Mew EX, she's going to be licking her lips because she can just set up 160 damage onto that Mew, and then next turn take 4 price turn or even a 6 price turn with Adrenaline Brains.
Yep. Looks like it's already eyeing out the Darkness Energy from the deck. Discarding an energy via Earthen Vessel, because Wenhui wants to get as many Psychic Energy as he can into the discard pile, because the Gardevoird EX ability, which allows it to attach energy from discard pile to any of your Psychic type Pokemon, and then that Pokemon takes 20 damage.
Whilst that sounds like a bad thing, but Psychic Embrace is what actually enables decks like the Gardevoird deck to function so well. You have cards like Screamtail. Screamtail's Roaring Scream attack allows you to do more damage, for 2 damage for every damage counter on it. Yeah, that's right. So the more damage on the Screamtail, the more damage you're going to be able to output. Same thing for the Drifloon, if he played it, which he doesn't play by the way. Yes. Where you're doing 3 damage for every damage counter on the Drifloon, right? So 30 times.
So Wenhui did get a hand attachment onto Monkey Dory, but no routes on turn 1. Again, I think maybe he's taking it. He doesn't have a routes, but it's fine. Gardevoird can take it slow. I have lost to Gardevoird many times with against an opponent that doesn't have a Gardevoird on routes on turn 1.
Yeah, but look, it's still let's not beat around the bush. It's still a bad thing. You want to see the routes, at least one route on your first turn, so that you can have the option for your Gardevoird, turn to Gardevoird with the Rag Candy and whatnot. Having no routes on his side of the field is pretty devastating for Wenhui, but you're right, don't count him out just yet.
Yes. So Hannah just discarded the Lightning Energy, taking up a Fighting and Grass Energy, and has a Tail Mask Ogopon, so hit off the Tail Dance again, as you saw with Ansem. Once again, Hannah's playing the more classic version of Raging Bolt without the Hoot package, the Hoot Noctowl package.
Without the frills and the feathers, I guess you could say.
But she does have another bird in Squawkabilly though to discard in draw cards.
You're changing what, 6 birds for 1 bird?
Yeah, changing 6 birds for 1 bird.
Fair
also,
trade.
shout out to those evolution energies with Holo.
Beautiful.
Love to see that. Reminds me of like my old days, Those were the days with the energies were like so.
Mate, you're sounding more and more old, my dude. Anyways, going back into the game, we just saw Hannah playing that Crisp Energy, which allows you to choose up to 2 different energy cards from her deck and charge 1 energy card to one of the Pokemon, put the other card in her hand. So right away, we see a very aggressive start from Hannah. No other setup needed. She just has the 2 energies onto the Slitherwing, and she will attack with the second attack, which allows her to do, I believe, 120 damage, and you also deal 90 damage to yourself. So it's a bit like Takedown in the Pokemon game for those of you who are familiar, where you deal high amounts of damage for low cost, but you're also hitting yourself.
Okay, so Wenhui is attached a Psychic Energy onto Monkey Dory. You're paying for an attack if he doesn't get, and also the TM Evolution. So he's hoping this Iono will get him some way to find some routes. He also has a Presentability on the board. Now we can see Presentability being used. If any of your Pokemon got knocked out last turn, you can draw 3 cards. And he's using Flip the Script is the ability. And Wenhui is using the Earthen Vessel first, before using Flip the Script, to try and thin out the deck, hopefully to get something good.
Trying to maximize his odds of drawing that routes. We do see an Ultra Ball being used. We do see the first routes dropping down. I do expect to see more routes coming. His deck is actually pretty thin right now. We've seen at least 4 energies come out from the 2 Earthen Vessels that he's used. He's also thinned out his deck significantly as well. We saw the Iono come out, so there's no... okay, it's the Iono. Sorry, because he used the Earthen Vessel, it reset the Iono, so it doesn't really count that way, but we do expect to see the routes. I think that was a route, or was that a Kirlia?
Yeah, I can't see because it was a shiny one, Okay, so we got 1. It's probably a Kirlia that got drawn into hand, so only 1 evolution. Here comes the Kirlia. So we're probably going to see Gardevoird unless Hannah can take a knockout on this Killia.
Yeah, look, it's not too. He's not in a bad position unless Hannah has that boss's orders, right?
Yes.
She does play 2 copies of the boss's orders as well as the 1 copy of the Prime Catcher, so she has 3 gusting options available. The question is, does she have any in her hand? We do see the Baby Raging Bolt come down. So if she does have Crispin in hand, she can use her one Crispin, and she also can then hand attach. Oh no, she can't hand attach. It's Crispin and an E-switch. If she plays, she does play
yes,
E-switch.
I think I see her hand. She has an S-ball as well. Energy switch in hand, energy retrieval in hand. But
you do the E-switch as well, does E-switch?
Yeah, E-switch in hand as well. The Nest Ball is coming out. I'm not sure what she's going to play with this Nest Ball. Presently, is definitely not going to come out because when we didn't take a knockout last turn.
Yeah, but it's going to be
Crispin.
It's easy Crispin, and then it's going to be an E-switch with the free retreat coming out from the Ladia Skyline ability. We are going to see a knockout of this currently.
Hannah's definitely going to take out that Wenhui's killer. She doesn't want to see any Gardevoird setup at all. Slow down Wenhui as much as possible.
Yeah, keep in mind as well, you know, the Slitherwing is confused, but it's not going to be an issue because of the Skyliner. Skyliner is going to allow Slitherwing to retreat. Otherwise, Slitherwing actually has a 3 retreat cost.
Ooh, yes. Again, remember the last we saw the last turn, the Skyliner. All basic Pokemon, free retreat. So she's going to use the Crispin. The lightning energy will be attached via the Crispin ability, and then hand attach the glass energy switch from the Slitherwing, the fighting energy, and then Raging Ball is going to attack straight onto the Killia on the bench.
This is absolutely tragic for Wenhui not having a great start right now. He does find it nice stretcher, so he can put that routes back onto the bench. He will likely just see flip the script, praying, hoping that he draws into a Nest Ball here.
I think he will hope for a second route, maybe an Team Evolution. Because the Arvens or Team Evolution could be coming with a Buddy Puffin.
There's nobody Puffin in the deck, so there's only going to be a
Nest Ball, yes.
The question is, did he prize the Nest Ball?
Ooh, let's see the Nest Ball. He's eyeing the Nest Ball and the Team Evolution in hand already.
Beautiful. So we will likely have a game on our hands. Hannah having a 2-prize lead is slightly troubling for Wenhui, but we've seen Gardevoird come back from worse here.
Yes, correct. Oh, he's going for the Energize instead of the Team Evolution.
But he needs to be able to get rid of an energy or get rid of this Raging Bolt. You know, even if you put a Clefairy down, Clefairy isn't going. Monkey Dory Mind Bend isn't going to do enough damage to knock out the Baby Raging Bolt. It's only 60 base damage, so even if the Clefairy's Fairy Zone, he is only going to be able to do 120 damage to that Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt has 130 HP.
Correct. So the Lily's Clefairy EX, if when Hoshi plays it to play down the bench, allows Psychic Pokemon to take to do weakness damage onto Dragon type Pokemon, like that Raging Bolt. So he's using Mind Bend, 60 damage, and Confuse will slow Hannah down a bit. I don't know if Hannah's going to try to go for an attack. So if your Pokemon is confused and you decide to attack, flip a coin or roll a dice in this case. If you get hits, you can attack. If tails, you take damage.
Take 30 damage.
And you can't attack that. That attack like this
whiffs. It's whiffs.
It's a whiff, right? Yeah. It's a whiff. Ultra Ball. Is it the Ultra Ball play from Hannah?
Yeah, Hannah is dropping that Ultra Ball. She discards that Nest Ball and one more card behind that. I think she is going to find maybe a Raging Bolt. Yeah, I was going to say another attacker here. It's interesting to see. I thought I was gonna. Oh, well, okay. She likely didn't attach her fighting energy onto that Slitherwing because she doesn't want to give up 1 prize to Wenhui. Right? If you start giving up prizes like that, quote unquote free, Wenhui is gonna allow Wenhui to come back into the game as he's playing Gardevoird.
Here comes the retrieval, retrieving a lightning energy onto the Raging Bolt. Here comes the Mew can drop.
Restart for 3.
Yep, because empty hand and gets a glass energy, so she can use Steel Dance here to draw 1 more card. Because she wants to get a fighting energy onto that Raging Bolt EX to try to knock out on Monkey Dory. Again, Hannah doesn't really have to attack with the Raging Bolt, Baby Raging Bolt in the active spot because she can retreat for free because there's Latias on the bench.
Yeah, and you know, I think there is a world where she either goes for the attack or uses the Raging Bolt to clear her hand out. So we are going to see the Monkey Dory. Wait, what, the Monkey Dory?
Yeah, Monkey Dory got knocked out. Monkey Dory got knocked out. Is that enough?
110, no?
I think it's a little bit short, right?
Anyways, we'll leave that up to the judges, but the judges didn't seem to call that out.
Okay, let's
so we will continue to play on, I believe. So Wenhui is going to use the Professor's Research to get rid of his hand, to draw out his cards, to draw out 7 cards. Right? So you discard your hand, you draw 7 cards, and you are going to be able to have a full hand reset, I believe.
Yep, so here, let's see, comes the Professor's Research. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Okay, Monkey. Here comes the first time to draw 3 more cards. Looks like he's eyeing this card pile. I think it's a Night Stretcher in hand, probably. Let's see, goes for the Artisan. Okay, so Artisan probably going to find another Monkey Dory likely for this matchup. You want as many Monkey Dory with Dance Energy as possible. So I was eyeing the discard pile to use Super Rod. So Super Rod going to shuffle 3 either Pokemon or energy cards to the deck. I think just picked Monkey Dory as well from earlier on. They got knocked out. And the Scream Tail shuffling back into the deck. When he's slowly trying to come back here. I believe he already evolved the Killia. Yes, this one on the bench. That's the one he drew earlier from hand. So I think if he doesn't have a rare candy, Gardevoird, again, he's going to have to pass here. And this missed out the Dance Energy as well for Monkey Dory. It's going to be tough.
So I do want to clarify that the Raging Bolt also has a second attack.
Yes! Oh my gosh, we forgot about this. So I remember watching a stream about that. So the Dragon Headbutt for 130 damage. That's the one that took the knockout on the Monkey Dory earlier.
Yes,
Let's not forget that he has 2 attacks.
You know, when you use one Pokemon usually for 1 attack, you always forget about the second attack, right?
Correct. I remember watching this in the Japan Championships as well. This exact thing happened, I think.
Yeah. So that's on there. We apologize for that. But board state for Wenhui right now, not looking too hot. I think he did mention evolve 1 Curlier, which isn't a bad thing. But
yes, but no Gardevoird.
At this point, you likely want to see the rare candy, right, to evolve it into the Gardevoird.
Got the nice stretcher. Got the Gardevoird, so probably has a rare candy in hand, I think. Yeah, he has a rare candy, so we have a Gardevoird. Wenhui is able to play this game. Can he come back from 3 prizes though? We have to see. He has a lot of energy in this card pile. The Gardevoird is probably going to attack this turn. Definitely not going to send the Monkey Dory out because it'll be 10 shot unless he plays Lily's Clefairy onto the bench. So here comes the Artisan. Maybe the Scream Tail. Yeah, here comes the Scream Tail that he shuffled in earlier via the Super Rod. So we're going to see a Scream Tail attack, most likely here.
Yeah, Scream Tail is likely going to set up the damage, I believe, for a 2-prize swing later on. As mentioned before, with Gardevoird having the single-prize attackers, having access to single-prize attackers, you're going to be able to trade trade favorably, rather, into certain matchups later on with just a simple, shift of damage from the Monkey Door. We do see 4 energies being attached to the Scream Tail, so we're going to see Scream Tail being able to swing 460 damage.
Anywhere, right?
Except for Terra Pokemon. So keep in mind when he had chosen the Teal Moss Ogre that would not fly.
Correct. And then, as you were just saying earlier, 160 onto the Mew, preparing for that multiple prize turn and keeping himself at 6 prizes.
Yeah, so right now, Wenhui is actually set up for almost 4 prizes right now, right? So you see the Mew EX being heavily damaged. You do see the Baby Raging Bolt having, I think that is 70 HP left, and then we do see the Slitherwing only having, I believe, 30 HP.
Yes.
So that is, sorry, not 30 HP. Slitherwing still has 50 HP, but with enough Monkey Dory Adrenaline Brains, you're going to be able to set up for a very, very nice 4-prize swing later on.
Hannah did draw into the Judge that was in the prize, her one and only copy. Perfect timing, exactly when she needed. That risky play though with the Raging Bolt. If they flip tails, that would have been a totally different game right now.
Yeah, but it paid off, right? It really, really paid off. I mean, 30 damage to that bolt would put the bolt down to, I think, only 1 Monkey Dory shift. We do see, Area Zero dropping down right now. We see a 4th
here we go!
being attached to this Raging Bolt. Hannah is rolling the dice yet again.
Yet
Another
heads! Yes! Raging Bolt takes a knockout on the Monkey Dory. Hannah with 2 prizes remaining now. Yeah, that's 4, so that's 120. This time we got it right.
Yeah. No, but it's crazy to take that many risks. And I mean, look, it's paying off.
It's paying off very, very well. Wenhui is unable to get even more than 1 Monkey Dory out on the bench here. Hannah's in fact protecting her bench. If you're thinking, why is Hannah going for the Monkey Dories instead of like that fully powered Scream Tail Detective? It's because of that Adrenal Brain ability that Wenhui has at his disposal. He can move 3 damage counters from any of his Pokemon to his opponent's Pokemon as long as the Monkey Dory has the Darkness Energy attached. So that's why Hannah keeps on targeting the bench.
Yeah, look, Hannah is going for the win here. She does have 2 prizes left, so the Iono is going to hurt her. Iono gets both players to shuffle their hands and then put it below the deck, and then they'll draw it for as many prize cards that they have left, right? So Hannah will only draw 2 cards when we will draw 6 cards there from that Iono. So Hannah, praying that she has the win cons here, when Hui needs to deal, he's having to deal between choosing to knock out the Raging Bolt in the front, or to deal setup damage for the Larias at the back.
Lots of skill though, because with that, after that Judge, he still managed to get a Monkey Dory, still managed to get a Mew. The Mew managed to draw into an Iono, and the Iono managed to get him.
Well, look, I mean,
50-50,
right?
Yep.
Hannah has been getting the heads on that confusion play, so it's only fair for Wenhui to come back from the Judge.
Okay, so it's going to go for, as you showed, so using the Adrenal Brain ability now, moving 30 damage to that Mew, and the Mew got knocked out, so when taking his first 2 prizes here.
This is actually a little bit premature from the strategy that I had in mind, but I think Wenhui is desperate to find a few cards in his prizes, from his prizes. We did see him prize, I think it was the Nest Ball and Ultra Ball. Yeah, so yeah, I believe that he's just trying to accelerate the board state.
Okay, he's going to use the Scream Tail attack onto the Latias EX now. So now it's back to Hannah's turn. Hannah can win the game if she has like an amazing hand of Prime Catcher and Stardust Vitality with the Raging Bolt to take a knockout on the Gardevoird EX or the Presentipity or the Mew. There are 2 prize targets on Wenhui's bench, but I'm not sure if that Iono hurt her a lot. Because again, I think Wenhui also took a knockout on the Mew so that Hannah doesn't have a way to recover her hand. Because again, he Iono her to 2 cards.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. So, that was probably a smart play from Wenhui trying to limit the hand sizes from Hannah. So we will see whether she can recover from that. We do see a Stardust Vitality, so she will be able to use that to draw more cards. Really thinking hard about what play she wants to do right now. She does have the option of sniping off that Monkey Dory right now, so she's eyeing
the Wenhui discard pile because she wants to know how many psychic energies that Wenhui has at his disposal. Again, you're putting all your psychic energy onto the Scream Tail, so there's nothing left for anyone else. So it could be just stuck there. Jamming Tower is coming out here to replace the Area Zero. And for another attack. It's again 3 hits! He hit 3 hits in a row, and the 3rd Monkey Dory in a row has been knocked out. Wow! I need to know what Hannah is like I don't know, like how this is truly luck to skill right here. This is an example of luck to skill.
Dude, this reminds me of this is giving me flashbacks of Nationals 2023 where Dion just flipped 3 chromatic heads in a row, right?
Yes, this is exactly it. I think being on stream gives you the dice roll luck, Again, Wenhui for the 4th turn in a row, Monkey Dory, and again Darkness Energy. As you can see, if you just let Wenhui just like leave those, if you just left those Monkey Dories alone, that Wenhui's board will be flooded with Monkey Dories. But Scream Tail has the Bravery Charm attached. Oh, another Iono onto Hannah. Let's see if Hannah can like draw to anything. She's just keeping that 1 card tucked safe there. I don't know if that's the key to win though. Okay, I think Wenhui will want to take a knockout on the Raging Bull here.
Yeah, he has to take a knockout to the Baby Raging Bolt. Hannah is definitely going to win next turn unless he's comfortable with leaving the Raging Bolt confused at the back. I'm just trying to think if there's a way for Wenhui to win this in this turn, right? Because you see a damaged Latias already. Latias has, I believe, 50 HP left. There is only 1 Monkey Dory on the board, and there's no way for him to set up a second one. So the Latias is safe. I don't think there is a way for him to win this turn. Hannah does have that Raging Bolt with 1 energy as well.
Here comes the Gardevoird EX. So Gardevoird EX going to attack this turn?
Yeah, I think that may be the play. We do see Psychic Embrace for 2, and likely hand attachment for 1, I believe. It's going to be an energy switch, okay.
Okay. No, you can't switch the baby charm, you're switching the energy. Yes, the baby charm is over there. Add 50 HP to Screamtail. So yeah, in essence, the Screamtail can hit for a lot of damage because you're adding extra HP to it. So it's Gardevoird attacking this turn. I think he's doing that because if he let the Screamtail attack on the front, Hannah could, like for example, flip heads on Raging Bolt if you choose that. Or use the Tail Mask,
exactly.
1 glass energy.
Yep.
Okay, that 1 card could be anything.
Or even Raging Bolt, right?
Okay, it's going to transfer energy via damage via Adrenal Brain first.
Alright, so I do want to point out that if Hannah isn't able to take the win this turn, Wenhui is going to be able to win next turn because she can just shift 30 damage from from his side over to the Latias for 1 knockout, and then all he needs is 2 more prizes, which we'll likely see from either the Raging Bolt from a Clefairy or a Teal Mask Ogerpon with a second Monkey Dory.
This would be the comeback. This would be a perfect example of a Gardevoird comeback. Again, he didn't have Valks here on turn 1, just to remind you, and now he's in a position to win this match, slowly but surely disrupting Hannah, not letting her set up. I think she's putting her head to her hands here, hand to head, sorry. I don't know if she has anything left. It might be over. Unless one of those 2 cards is a Teal Dance maybe or something, to draw something out.
Yeah, and look, this is right here. This is a classic match of Gardevoird, right? Gardevoird, even though he had a pretty nasty start, is able to come back to this kind of board state this late into the game, right? It's actually almost neck and neck against Hannah, but this is the nature of the decks.
It's a Prime Catcher, but there's no to attack, nothing that she could really attack with. I still see a Prime Catcher in hand. Just need like a Glass Energy or something to win this game. Oh my god, 1 card short! Just 1 card short! She might have to pass here. I think even if you Prime Catcher, can you Prime Catcher stall? I don't think it's enough. Yeah, Prime Catcher the Fizz Deputy. Hoping that Wenhui doesn't have energy in hand to retreat that Fizz Deputy.
First roar, there we go.
First roar, draws his cards. Let's go to Wenhui's turn now. He's just waiting. I think he may have the win in hand. Let's see. Nest Ball is the draw. I see an Iono.
I didn't see the energy card though. Was
it Arven?
But the 2 Urban Vessels have been used already, right? So
right.
He doesn't have any more Urban
Oh my gosh!
He doesn't have any more energy.
I can win this game now, I think.
No, but that was E-Switch, right? That was E-Switch.
Oh, that's E-Switch. Yeah, that's E-Switch. That's E-Switch, right?
No, but it's a discard
pile. Yes. That 1 E-Switch that he played earlier, right? That was the 1 E-Switch that he played. Yeah, the only 1 copy E-Switch he played. Monkey Dory gonna transfer energy. That's a damage show again. So he's taking the 2 prizes. Is there energy in there? There's energy in there, the prize card. There's energy. So he looks like he can retreat, take a knockout with Screamtail, win the game. Wow!
No. He Screamtail the Teal Mask. Yeah, so we're gonna bring that over to the judges, I believe.
Yeah, because again, Terra Pokemon went on the bench unaffected. Not enough to knock out the Raging Bolt EX, right? I don't think it was enough to knock out the Raging Bolt EX. So again, we'll be checking with the judges later to clarify what happened at the very end of that matchup. But again, that was an insane example of how Gardevoird can come back. Again, you see four Monkey Dory. That doesn't mean that even if you target the Monkey Dory every turn, you can win the game. With Gardevoird, you can really play from behind. Use cards like Iono, for example, to keep disrupting your opponent. Don't let your opponent build up their hand. Don't let your opponent set up. And again, a perfect example of how Gardevoird can just totally dominate coming from behind. Great matchup from Hannah though. Again, really set up really well. Tried her best, but just came out slightly short. Again, if she had only 1 energy from among those 2 cards that she drew at the end, it would have been totally different.
Yeah, so look, we just got confirmation that it was a Screamtail onto the wing we're both blind.
Right. Okay. Because he needed 1 more prize, that's right. He needed 1 more prize to win the game. We're going into game 2 now. Hannah will be going second. We're not going first again. Hannah chose to go second, I believe. Again, in a best of 3 match, the person who lost the match will be able to select whether to go first or second. Unfortunately, you can see the prizes. But let's go straight into game 2. When we're getting a Valks this time, so great start for him. And again, just exactly as he did earlier, Earthen Vessel into discarding a Psychic Energy. A mirror of game 1, but with a better Pokemon starts. 2 Valks. And now he's just doing a deck check. Doing a deck check here. Let's look at the prizes for both sides. Not too bad for Wenhui. Looks like he has that 1 evolution in the prize, but he has 1 in deck anyway. On Hannah's side, the Prime Catcher is in the prize and is on the top side, so it's gonna be very hard, though Hannah won't have access to that for some time. Hannah's Penny as well. It might actually see a lot of play here because again, that setup for knockout later on, she really might need that Penny.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a rough pricing, I think, for Hannah. But I think she's going to be able to come back. I think the Penny is not a game essential card.
Correct. It's a tech.
It's a tech, and she's going to be able to function well without that. But yeah, let's jump straight into game number 2 of this best of 3 set.
The 2 Earthen Vessel picking up 2 Psychic Energy here. Brian, what do you think about players who play different types of the same energy, of different sets, different designs? Are you bothered by this kind of thing? Because I am.
So if you play if each of your energies are different, I think that's fine.
Okay.
But if you've got 2 of an Evolution's energy, 2 of the Scarlet Violet energy, 1 of I don't know what's the previous set, X and Y.
Yeah.
That's a huge no-no for me, man. It's mildly triggering.
Mildly triggering. That's the right word.
Mildly triggering.
Hannah starting off with a Nest Ball. Picking out the Squawkabilly, a great start, but again, that is going to be a 2-price liability later on. A Teal Mask Ogerpon is also in hand. She has an Ultra Ball. Discarding 2 energies here.
Yeah, but look, Squawkabilly was actually a very popular card, I think almost 3 months ago.
Right?
Yeah. Squawkabilly allows you to discard your hand and draw 6 cards if you start with the Squawkabilly.
Yeah, but you're mentioning earlier about Budew and the way item locks your opponent. So again, if you had a Nest Ball, Ultra Ball to try, you couldn't find the Squawkabilly because of Budew. So again, seeing the classic Raging Bolt brings back a lot of good memories. And it's great to see that Squawkabilly come out. Baby Raging Ball is out, and another Teal Mask Ogerpon is also come to the bench. Discarded the grass energy earlier via Ultra Ball, and then she's using the energy retrieval to take it back to hand, using Teal Dance to draw 1, and a fighting energy attachment to the Raging Bolt, Baby Raging Bolt non-EX. Here comes the Squawkabilly. Discard your entire hand, draw 6 cards. Squawk and Seize is the ability name.
Yeah, she's going to hope to look for that Stardust Vitality, right? If she gets Stardust Vitality, she will be able to plant 60 damage, I believe, onto a Route, and if she gets the Energy Switch, she will be able to KO a Route as well. But I don't think she had the cards that she needs in her hand, so she may be just content with screaming at, not screaming, but
Yeah.
Using the Raging Bolt's first attack to knock to plant 60 damage onto that Route.
She was unfortunately forced to discard the Poke Gear using the Squawk and Seize. Would you take that risk, or would you play the Poke Gear before using Squawk and Seize, though?
I wouldn't. I mean, look, you know that each of your supporters are very, very important, right? So you do not want to be thinning out your deck with that Poke Gear. So you definitely Squawk and Seize first, and then use Poke Gear after if you can. If you don't draw on it, then you just lose out on that opportunity.
Right. Although if you do get okay, she's just gonna pass turn here. The energy set on 3 Pokemon. Hannah's doing okay. Now it's Wenhui's turn. Let's see. He wants to get a TM evolution if he could here. We're going to start again with another Earthen Vessel discarding a Psychic Energy. What the heck? How many Earthen Vessels does this guy play? He's going to play 3 copies and he already has 2 in the first 2 turns.
This is very reminiscent of the previous game, right? Where he's able to use that multiple Earthen Vessels early on. But keep in mind, he needs to also manage his energies well, right? If not, his Serendipity may get stuck in the front, or he doesn't have access to his Dark Energies to hand attachment to the Monkey Dories. So it really depends on when he's playing that. But it seems like he is just getting rid of those Psychic Energies early on, which is perfectly fine in his situation.
Unlike the previous turn, the game 1, when we did just get a Gardevoird on turn 2, and that's what he needs to attack with. And quite a number of Psychic Energy cards as well, I believe. I think we discarded 2 earlier from the Earthen Vessel. So he's taking it slow. Doesn't mind because if he has a Gardevoird, he's going to be able to attack next turn. I think for Hannah's case, if she wants an explosive turn, you can't play. She doesn't have Prime Catcher. It's in the price cards, unfortunately. So there's no explosive turn. I mean, the best turn would be that she's able to use Prime Catcher to knock out the Gardevoird on the bench. But if she does that, she can't use Crispin or she can't use Professor Stardust Vitality to charge the Raging Bolt EX right now.
Hey, but look, it's fine. Here, if you're able to just take a knockout to that Routes and then set up your board for a Gardevoird knockout the next turn, I think she'll be perfectly set up and fine in this situation. Crispin, once again, as shown on screen, you can select you can select up to 2 energies of different types and then put 1 to your hand and charge the other one to any of your Pokemon on your field. So here we do see the lightning attachment to that Raging Bolt, and then it's just a hand attachment to the grass energy from that Teal Mask Ogerpon. Hannah is in a commanding spot right now, but all Wenhui needs is a ball. If he manages to find a Nest Ball, if he manages to find a Artisan, he can come back from that. We just see a Psychic Embrace for 1 for 20, and it's just going to be a retreat and pray that Wenhui isn't going that Hannah isn't going to be able to boss out anything from boss out the Gardevoird in the back.
Oh my gosh, like Wenhui is stuck here. There's no other Pokemon. Forced to use the Night Stretcher to bring back the Routes and attack with Routes.
Hey, but the attack on Routes is actually really important, right? 30 damage does brings Teal Mask Ogerpon down to 180 HP, which is in one-shot range from the Gardevoird's attack Miracle Force.
Yeah, so if you're preparing for next turn, we would be able to knock out the Teal Mask Ogerpon. So for Hannah would love to get a boss's order this turn. Here comes the areas beyond the depths. Fighting energy, so Raging Bolt is able to attack this turn. Nest Ball?
We have the boss's orders. We do see a Nest Ball come down. It's going to be the Mew, I believe, in this situation.
I don't think she can empty out those 3 cards in hand, though. We're going to see.
It's either going to be the Mew or the Latias. One of the 3 choices there. We do see 4 cards. May not be the Mew.
Zen is coming out. Zen wouldn't be able to use its ability to draw cards because Teal Mask Ogerpon didn't get knocked out last turn.
Or any Pokemon didn't get knocked out last turn on her side of the field.
Correct.
But here she's probably just trying to set up for a potential Iono play. Maybe setting up for the situation where when we can start taking knockouts.
So unfortunately, she's just going to take a knockout on this Routes. Can't take out this Gardevoird. When we drew into a Monkey Dory, has a Darkness Energy, can transfer using a General Brain now to transfer damage counters to Hannah's side. Energy piling up on the Gardevoird here. Oh, she's going to use the Confusion. Mind Bend, here comes 60 damage and will confuse that Teal Mask Ogerpon when we're still buying time.
Yeah, look, it makes perfect sense, right? You don't want to sacrifice your Gardevoird. You fought tooth and nail to get the Gardevoird up. If you can use an alternate attacker like that Monkey Dory, you're going to be pretty happy to do so. You're going to chip away at the Teal Mask Ogerpon. You're going to set up damage onto that Serendipity, I believe. Onto the Raging Bolt, yeah. And then you're just going to be able to take the game from behind once again if he survives the next 2 turns.
Yep. So when we can see that Raging Bolt is ready to attack, so if you decided to use Gardevoird next turn, it would get knocked out for sure by Raging Bolt.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So
Earthen Vessel taking up a fighting energy. I don't know if she has any more energy left. There's a lot of energy on the board though. There's already 5. All about 1 grass energy is already on the board here. Fighting energy. All 3 fighting energy are also on the board.
Yeah, I mean this deck typically plays a 6-3-3 or 5-3-3 line of energies. 5 being the lead grass energy. That's right. So we'll see Manual Retreat coming from the side of Hannah into the other Teal Mask.
Attack with Teal Mask. Would it be enough? 30, 60, 90.
Yeah, for sure.
50,
Oh, okay,
yes.
no,
She has got very good grass energy back. Retreat. Okay.
Yeah, because she just wants to see 1 more card for her. It's 1 more card if she's able to find the boss's orders here. But she does have the Prime Catcher as well. So
and she already chose to retreat though. I would have played the Poke Gear first before retreating.
I think she maybe got the Poke Gear.
By the Teal Dance. Yes, by the Teal Dance. That's why.
MVP here, definitely the Teal Mask Ogerpon, I suppose.
Yeah, Teal Mask Ogerpon just took like 2 knockouts. It's probably going to take a 3rd one right now after this Stardust Vitality.
Pulling his weight at this moment.
We can't have any energies though in this couple. Again, she just played so many out on the board. I don't know if she has any left in there.
Yeah, I doubt so. But anyways, I don't think she will be using this out of vitality. It may just be a simple knockout into this Monkey Dory when he's surviving. Yet again. It's been 3 turns.
This Gardevoird somehow is alive and it's like 4 5 turns already passed.
This Gardevoird is just putting up proxies after proxies.
Yeah,
like, not me.
You get knocked out. You go get knocked out.
Go, my children. Go, my children. Go.
Go, my monkey.
Go, my monkeys. Take the hit from me.
Oh, looks like he is scooping, I think.
Yep, when we made the right choice to scoop here, decided that he was not going to be able to win in this game, so he decides to go to a game 3 and say, I think this is a wise choice for BO3, right? So keep in mind when you're playing best of 3, you want to know when's the right time to scoop, right? When we hear identifying that there's no way for him to survive or come back from this turn without drawing any kind of basic Pokemon, any kind of ball switch, which detriments him massively.
Yeah, so again, knowing when to scoop to go to the next round it's a skill that's not really like the people talk about, but it's a very important skill in a BO3 match, especially if you are playing top card right now. Again, we're going to look at the rules in case it gets timed out here. If now that both players are 1-1, the player with the fewest prize cards remaining will win this match if it goes to time, right?
Yep.
So let's look at the prizes here. Let's see what's going to be. I hope that Hannah doesn't prize a prime catcher again, and I hope that Wen doesn't get his sticker box into the prize.
He didn't need the prime catcher just now.
Yeah, she did need the prime catcher just now. That's correct. Wenhui has 1 Valks, 1 Research, 2 Ionos, but 1 Darkness Energy. Let's see Hannah's side here. Sada, Jamming Tower, okay, and Ultra Ball and the Energy Retrieval. Okay, but not bad. Not super important cards for both players. Looks like we're going to see a good game tree and hope that it doesn't go to time.
Yeah, so as Nick was mentioning just now with the best of 3 rules, right? So when time is called and if there's no lead in prizes, the next prize that gets taken wins. So this is a favorite for the Raging Bolt here, if it does get to time.
Yep, you're mentioning how Ego decks have the advantage for doing a time call. But let's see how it goes. We don't know Hannah's start, we don't know when we start.
Yeah, hey, I also do want to talk about best 3. You brought up a good point just now. It is a skill to know when to scoop, right? And in Singapore, it's an even rarer skill for us to have because in the TPC circuit, we're playing a best of 1 format. Yep. Right? So it's rare for players to know when to scoop. As players, I was like, oh, I only have 1 game. I have to do my best. I have to try to struggle it out. But when we has played in regionals overseas before, so this is where the experience comes in. Also, Hannah did play top card as well for Premier Ball League, so she just has some experience there as well, right? That's right. So she played the Earthen Vessel to start, and has now going for double nest balls here. Her board has a baby Raging Bolt EX, Steel Mask Ogerpon in the active spot. I think that's Squawkabilly on the bench. Yeah, there we see it. Here we go. Energy cards going to discard pile as well. I think perfect for her. Setting the Lightning Energy from hand. Tail Dance to draw 1, the Tail Dance ability. I'm not sure what card was that. Looks like a... Oh. There we go, straight up for Squawkabilly EX.
So drawing 6 cards. Discard your entire hand with Squawk and C's ability to draw 6 cards. Great start for Hannah here. Exactly what she wants to see. Has a second Teal Mask down as well. Her draw engine is up and running. She's got 2 Teal Mask Ogerpons there, ready to draw her some cards and get energy onto the board as well. Right. The Ditto was exchanged for the Teal Mask Ogerpon. It's funny to see two Teal Mask Ogerpons on this side of the field right now because, typically with the Knock Tower versions, you usually only see 1. So whenever I see 2 Teal Masks, I'm like, wait, which version is this? Yeah. Sorry, the Ditto was discarded earlier, right? She just do the Teal Mask Ogerpon from hand. That Ditto can only be used at the active spot. That is absolutely correct. So she just passes it over to one with her board, ready to go to 1 glass energy on each of the Teal Mask Ogerpons, and we also have a lightning energy attached to that baby Raging Bolt. This is threatening when we for a Crispin play, right? Because when he sets up a 1 route only, Raging Bolt can come out and use its first attack to take a knockout onto either routes. But Runhui does manage to find 2 routes this time around. Very different game from just now. Yeah, he did have 2 routes though in the first game, but nothing else but that. So the 1 route became Gardevoird. Okay, I'm gonna guess, putting out here, that when he's gonna play an Earthen Vessel discard Psychic Energy. But he's shuffling Zach though, so maybe he doesn't have that. You just may have to pass here. Send energy card to the Monkey Dory in the active spot and pass. Okay, there's no energy in this card pile this time around. And no TM Evo. Yes, no TM Evo. That is also key. He does have a rare candy though. But again, no energy in this card pile doesn't mean anything for Gardevoird though. When he needs Psychic Energy in this card pile to attack. Yes, and putting down the Serendipity, interesting. I think worried that he might get Iono or something. So here comes the Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt gonna use his first attack. Yeah, it's just gonna be Burst Roar because Hannah has 0 hand cards, so she's gonna be pretty happy to just take a Burst Roar here. Fully set up on her side of the field. Figures that she has a little bit more time to do what she needs. Wenhui here, I think, looking for either Dark Energy or Psychic Energy to get a Mind Bend off. He'll be pretty happy with that as well, as it sets up a Raging Bolt for an easy knockout with a Miracle Force from the Gardevoird. He uses the Artisan first to bring out the Monkey Dory. Let's see what was the top deck card. It's a Psychic Energy. Wenhui can attack with this Monkey Dory, and he's gonna go to do it. 60 damage, leaving the Raging Bolt EX confused. Yeah, but keep in mind, Hannah has a fresh set of 6 cards in her hand thanks to the Burst Roar. Raging Bolt actually having some utility, not just out here for consecutive attacks, not just with the Bellowy Thunder. First attack is also very, very, very good. For setting up, definitely. I see the Penny finally in hand. I wonder if she's going to use the Penny to retreat. Okay, going to use Sada here to get energy on the board. Again, knowing her luck, rolling hits for confusion. I would just use Sada as well, if I'm that lucky. I mean, you might as well, if you're going to keep rolling those heads, you might as well be just going hard for it. Interesting that she's put the grass energy onto the Raging Bolt. It seems like she's going to try to use Baby Raging Bolt to take KOs onto the route to the bag. At least that's what it seems. Seems like that, but I don't know if she has a way to retreat that. We don't see the Prime Catcher as well. I thought I was going to see the Prime Catcher to bring out the Monkey Dory in the front and then start sniping the routes at the back. But okay, so I think she's just trying to keep the Psychic Energy onto the Monkey Dory, not letting when we have any Psychic Energy in this card, keeping it all on the Monkey Dory.
So a card has just been dropped off the table.
Oh, she's gonna knock out routes.
Yeah, she's gonna knock on the routes. There we
Okay.
go.
So Artazon again. I don't think Wenhui is enjoying anything because he's going Artazon. Monkey Doi or Routes, I think. Okay, Routes, right?
It's gonna be a second routes, I believe.
Yeah, he needs a
didn't
back
price, he
routes.
didn't price the early routes, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, he's going for Monkey Doi again. Okay.
So it's telling me that he has the rare candy Gardevoird in his hand this turn, because if he does that, then he's slightly safer.
Yep.
I would still lean towards, I think, putting in a third routes. Did the third routes get priced?
I don't think so. Let's check. Just check it out again. If he has the Red Candy, I know for sure. I don't know if it's a Gardevoird. Because for Zendo, so he can draw 3 cards, so no worries over there.
Yep, so there was no routes prize there, so interesting choice of cards, I think, from Wenhui.
Oh, there was one routes prize.
There was one routes prize, there we go. So actually, hey, look, the Fez managed to get him a nice stretcher for the second route, so he's actually perfectly fine here. Manages to use the Red Candy to evolve the Gardevoird as well, so Wenhui is set up, ready to go for future turns.
He can't retreat though. There's no energy in this card pile. Is he going to have to force the pass here? I don't think he should be checking his deck, checking her discard pile. There are only 7 minutes left. Again, the player with the least amount of prizes will win this match.
Yeah, he can't play slow anymore. When he has to go fast, he needs to go turbo. We do see a research drop.
Hopefully he gets an Earthen Vessel here and a Psychic Energy. And I don't see any energy, I think. He needs at least 1 Psychic Energy. It is an Earthen Vessel, so he can retreat though. He can just attach the energy onto the Monkey Doi in the active spot and then retreat to the Monkey Doi in the bench with the TM Evolution attached.
Yeah, but he's definitely going to use TM Evolution. He is going to be using that. He is going to be using
the Monkey Doi attack.
Mind Bend.
Yeah, the Mind Bend for 60 damage. Confuse Hannah. Raging Bolt. Not confuse Hannah though. Her Raging Bolt. So 60 damage on going over there. Darkness Energy coming to Wenhui. Now we're going to see multiple Monkey Dois with Darkness Energy coming out. Hopefully, the first Darkness Energy is going to come out. I don't know if it's going to get targeted next turn, but we'll see. Okay, he needs to chase prizes though. Ultra Ball, discarding 2 more Psychic Energy. Again, just a minute or two ago, he had 0 Psychic Energy in discard pile. But after that research, he just like piled on the Psychic Energy. And here comes a Killia as well. He won't be able to evolve that route. It just came out this turn. But he'll be keeping it in hand, ready for next turn, just in case that Gardevoird is getting knocked out. Let's see, he's going to keep that in hand. That's going to be sent to the Monkey Doi, I think. So he's not going to use the Gardevoird, attach the Psychic Energy, 20 damage, and then retreat with Psychic Embrace. Here comes the Monkey Doi with 2 energy. And the TM Evolution.
Mission attack. There we go.
Yeah, because he drew the Killia into his hand. 60 damage, confusion. Hannah's turn now. We've seen Hannah roll hits. 3 hits.
3 hits so far.
Yes.
Will she get a 4th hit?
Can she get a 4th hit?
Quote unquote roll, you know.
Yep. Will she be on a roll? I hope she does it though. Remember, the Raging Bolt, baby Raging Bolt has a second attack that can do 130 damage knockout. But also, definitely, that's what she wants to do. I don't know if she wants to do it yet. Or does she have the Prime Catcher as well? Maybe that. Okay, just going to replace the others on first with Area 0. Now she can have up to 8 bench Pokemon. As long as you have a Terra Pokemon, either player, you can have 8 bench Pokemon with the Area 0 under that stadium. Next ball coming into play, so Latias, I assume, so that the baby Raging Bolt can retreat. Yeah, so eyeing through her deck here.
Yeah, just checking and looking out for all her options here. You know, I think for Hannah, her game plan here is she could probably get rid of that routes if it's possible. There's too many Monkey Doris when we side of the field right now, so there isn't a point in taking a knockout on any of the Monkey Doris, even the one with 2 Psychic Energies in the front. Yes, because the thing is, if she gets rid of the routes now, when he's forced to find another route to rebench, if not, she can threaten to take a knockout onto that Gardevoird.
Okay. Because I was thinking that she was going to aim onto the lone Darkness Energy Monkey Dory, but yes, you do have a point here. I think she's definitely taking the eye retreat. Latias was not in the prize. I don't think it was discarded also, so that's a nice small pick she picked. I think it's covered by her arm. We're waiting for her to lift her arm so we can have a look at what she's picked. She's thinking hard though, because you can see that he's coming back. Oh, she took a Teal Mask Ogre Pawn. Okay, so probably the Latias in hand already.
Yeah, and then she's really just trying to gamble with the Raging Bolt, with the baby Raging Bolt.
She's eyeing Penny. She's eyeing the Penny here.
I mean,
oh, it's a Crispin. Go for Crispin play. Alright, Crispin gonna get 2 energies to the deck.
Crispin's gonna be able to find 2 energies from the deck. She's likely just gonna use Teal Dance. Teal Dance to find 1 more energy. Actually, find 1 more card off the prizes. Latias is not prized, so it's very interesting to see why she picked up the Teal Mask instead of the Latias.
Does he mean that she's gonna roll hits again? Is she gonna try to roll for hits? Oh, I would love to see that though.
Yeah, she's thinking hard. It is. I think she may be trying to burn as much time as she can here.
Oh, yeah, there's one way here that she can try to win this match. Use it. Okay, so she's going to the Poké Gear here to try to do 7 cards. I think she saw a Sada, but she's not going to pick it up. I'm not sure. She probably missed out on the supporter card though.
Yeah, likely going to see that Crispin once again. I think for that grass energy as well as maybe a fighting energy. Even if she doesn't have another colored energy in the deck, I think picking up the grass energy is still not a bad choice right now.
Not wrong. Let's see if he wants to retreat or attack here. I see a lot of supporter options. I see 2 Crispin. I see 1 Penny as well. It's going to retreat. She's going for the retreat. Raging Bolt is coming up for an attack here. Raging Bolt EX.
Raging Bolt is coming for a Burst Roar, I think.
Ooh.
Because I don't see a fighting energy onto that.
Oh, yes,
unless it's covered. Right, I could be wrong.
Wing is coming onto the bench.
Do we see the Champ out here? Is this the Champ out play?
Start Vitality. She has Vitality. Yeah, she didn't play supporter yet. Yeah. And that percent should be on the.
She did play supporter already. She's gonna be stuck here thinking whether she wants to Burst Roar.
That percent should be in the that definitely should be in the bench, not in this card pile.
She doesn't have that many options left, you know.
Burst Roar?
It may just be a Burst Roar turn.
Oh my god, this might be really bad for Hannah though. If Wenhui takes this knockout on this Raging Bolt, he would be in the prize lead.
Yeah, because it's 6 damage counters onto this Raging Bolt. So if so no supporter was used yet.
Fighting energy. Okay, we're checking the judges. I see that the judge has greenlit this though. So drawing 3 cards and we'll be able to knock out on this Monkey Dory.
then it could end up as a sudden death. It could end up as a tiebreaker. And the tiebreaker here is whoever is able to take more prizes, by the way.
Right. They got the Pal Pad, taking back Sala's Vitality, and the Sala's Vitality once more.
This is a very, very, very tight game. We're going to the last 30 seconds of this game here.
Hannah will be able to take 1 prize off this Monkey Dory, putting her in a 2-prize lead. Wenhui can tie the game though by taking his own 2 prizes.
Exactly, and then, but still, I believe the Raging Bolt may be slightly advantaged because if the game ends on Wenhui's turn, right, then Raging Bolt will take the next turn.
Yes, and take the win because again, the player who gets the first prize off, right, when players are tied. That's the tiebreaker rule.
That is the tiebreaker rule, and it seems like we will be going into time right now. Time has been called. So how time call works here is the player starting second. In this case, it will be Wenhui. Has 1 more turn to finish his turn. If the game cannot conclude or there's no resolution to the game would then go into time call rules.
Yes.
Right, and as mentioned before, for time call rules in Top Cut, you will be just whoever takes the next prize wins the game if the prizes are tied.
Correct. So but right now, Hannah has the advantage with 2 prizes taken. So if Wenhui doesn't take a knockout this turn, Hannah wins. But it looks like he may be able to take a knockout here using the combination of Monkey Dory's Adena Brain with Gardevoird's attack. Again, because Gardevoird charges energy from this card pile. It will take 20 damage for each energy attached. Monkey Dory can move the 30 to the present ability to try to take the knockout in return. Yeah,
you'd see 3 energies being attached to 1 Pokemon, but there isn't really a relevant. There isn't really a Pokemon that he can attach 3 energies. Oh, he can attach 3 energies to the Gardevoird, right? And they shift 60 over from there. But the question is whether or not they will be doing that. So time has been called on their side right now. So the judge is going through them what the time call rules.
Yes.
But as we have explained to you guys on stream, I believe Wenhui will have just this turn to complete, and when he does complete this turn, then it will go into tiebreaker rules if Wenhui takes 2 prizes. If he doesn't take 2 prizes, then it will go. No, then Hannah will just win the game.
Correct. Okay, so we repeat once more, right? If either player has fewer prizes remaining than their opponent, the player with the fewest prize cards remaining wins this match. If both players have the same number of prizes remaining, the game will continue until either player ends up with fewer prizes remaining than their opponent, or fulfills any other win condition, and the player will win the match.
This is very, very, very stressful. It's completely different. Well, it's not completely different. I think it's actually quite similar to the Top Cut tiebreaker rules over in the US and TPCI, right? So it's really, really, really exciting to see.
I think Wenhui is like, he's got energy onto Gardevoird, takes 6 damage counters.
We do expect to see 3 being switched over from the Gardevoird over to the Festivity.
Yep, Festivity will take 3 damage counters now from the Adena Brain. Yep. And then there's going to be a knockout here, and then we will go into the tiebreaker. Yep, this is a mark to show that you use the ability.
Thinking where to put the last 3 damage counters.
Yeah. Where would you put the last 3 damage counters?
Probably on a Teal Mask Pokemon.
Right?
Probably the one with energy, yeah. If you put it there, I mean, look, because you just need 1 prize card to win, right?
Correct,
so
yeah.
3 onto that Raging Bolt, you would leave the Raging Bolt with, I believe,
because 130 HP,
so
90 HP.
40 HP left.
Yeah.
So 2 Monkey Dory shifts will be able to win you the game if Hannah doesn't take a return knockout this turn.
But it's very likely though. Okay, you see the Raging Bolt does have fighting energy on it.
I mean, Prime Catcher was used already, right? So what gussing options does Hannah have left?
She has a Twist Spin. I don't know if she has any energy left in the deck though.
And the thing is that there's no easy retreat options here. Yeah, so she's pushing up the Raging Bolt because that's the highest chance of her. I think gives her the highest chance of taking a knockout this turn. She needs a boss's order. She needs a lightning energy, but having been Ioned down to 4 cards without the Festivity as well puts her in a tight spot.
Correct. Okay, there's an Ultra Ball. Let's see what she's gonna. She discarded the Latias. She already had it in hand the whole time.
No, I mean she just got Ioned.
Oh right.
We do see Crispin, and that's is that
enough? Is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4
5
energy cards,
right?
And she has only 1 grass energy in hand, I believe. Yep, that's it. That's it. Congratulations to Hannah. That should be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 280, and then there's 1 more grass energy that she had in hand earlier, I believe.
Yeah, so congratulations to Hannah for winning this game.
Wow, very, very tight match, man. Very tight.
Very tight match.
I really love. This is a great example of how to see Singapore players, top Singapore players in action. We saw the advantages of an aggro deck like Raging Bolt take up the win here in the tiebreaker. But again, that's not where Wenhui. On all 3 games, he really